Alrighty guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House here. There he is. So I'm going to show you my plans for my 12 volt off-grid solar system. And with a 12 volt off-grid solar system, guys, any 12 volt loads, or any loads for that matter, that you have running on it, you want them to be safe and operating correctly. So that's where fuses come in. So if you had a load on your 12 volt system and it shorted or something terribly went wrong with it, you could damage your solar power system off grid, and that would cost a lot of money, whereas your load probably wouldn't have cost as much as your whole solar system. So what I'm going to show you today is how to make cheap inline fuses for your loads, and they're 12 volt, and what you need is, see these little female blade connectors? These are electrical connections. You can find these pretty much anywhere. And you also need fuses. I have an entire set of different sizes here. And today we're going to show off the 5 amp fuse. You can maybe see the number there, 5. And how this is going to work, guys, is you take these female connectors, insert the male, and then you do the opposite on the other side. And here you now have a fuse for your positive. You would run this inline on your positive wire going to whatever device that you're trying to power off the grid. Now obviously you got to add your wires and tie those in. One goes to your load, and then one comes from your battery source or your power source, which would be your off-grid solar system. And these are rated for 12 volt. So if obviously if they rise above the rated number on the fuse, this fuse link inside here that you can probably see, yeah, you can see that little U shape in there. If something happens to the load and it shorts and it starts pulling more amps, more than 5 amps or 5 amps, this fuse in here will automatically self-destruct, cut the power off, and protect your off-grid 12 volt solar system. Now this is the cheapest way I've found in order to create very affordable fuses for your system. So like I say, before you even hook your fuse on, you're gonna obviously make it easy for yourself. Attach your wires, and you only want to put these on the positive side of your off-grid solar system loads that you want to add fuses to. The negative is just a ground, okay? So, and that's the black wire. The red is positive, black negative. If you get confused, look that up online. There's lots of sources out there, guys. But like I say, I got this whole set very cheaply on wish.com. And same with the blade terminal connectors, though I'm sure there's all kinds of sources out there. Amazon, eBay, hundreds and hundreds of sources for you guys. So that's the main thing. So now the only other thing you want to be concerned about is wire size. Some of these connectors have quite a large opening for heavier gauge wire, which is good. So you just want to match up correctly to whatever wire size you're using, and then crimp that on tightly, pull on it a little bit, double check, and then you're good to go. So that's my little video on this for you guys. I'm going to be making a ton of these up because I have to install some 12 volt loads to my off-grid tiny house here. We're going to be installing, I have to install two 12 volt fans. However, in my situation, I'm running them through a variable speed controller, and I will be using a 5 amp fuse before the controller's hooked up. I'm going to run from my battery power source into one end of this blade on the left, and then on the right I'm going to hook up the variable speed controller, and that will be hooked up to two fans because it can control more than one fan at a time, which is neat. So I'll figure that out. So yeah, that's my plan. And I also have a set of lights that are going to be going into the they're going to be going in the center of the tiny house. They're small little LED lights, and they won't require many amps at all. So I'm gonna probably throw a 2 amp, which I have here in, because I don't even have a 1 amp fuse. I have a 2 amp at the most. And so if anything goes wrong with those little guys, then it'll trip the 2 amp fuse, and I should be fine. So I have a couple fans, a couple LED lights that are going to be 12 volt, and then the rest of the stuff I already have fuses for. So, but if I add more stuff, obviously I'll figure that out. But for now, that's it, guys. Hopefully that helps some guys out there with their project that's on a budget. Of course, I know I'm on a budget, so this is really helpful for me. I don't have to buy any fancy fuses. These are just automotive fuses, guys, by the way, for your vehicles. Your vehicles are on 12 volt. So there's abundance of these out there. Look for the best deal though you can get. Look for a nice set of these multiple size fuses, because or just go pick out the ones you need just for the whatever load you have out there. That'd be the best way to go. But I just went ahead and bought a bulk order. That way I have backups, and if I get bigger stuff I can put those in. So that's it for now, guys. So we'll talk to you on the next one. Later.